Hey everybody, hopefully everybody's having a good weekend. First of all, I want to thank everybody who subscribed and commented and all that kind of stuff on my first video. I really appreciate it. I specifically want to thank Brandon from Campbell Fitness. He was nice enough to post my last video on his Facebook wall, and I know that that was a big reason why I got a lot of the views that I did and the subscribers. So for this video, I kind of want to talk about something that happened last evening while I was at the gym. It didn't happen to me directly, but I witnessed it. So I was at the gym. I was training shoulders and traps. So after I finished my weight training, I did a little bit of cardio. So I was on the treadmill. No, I'm just kidding. I was on the rowing machine, and directly to my right, on the two rowing machines beside me, there were two girls. I guess they were probably early 20s, late teens. They were thin. I mean, I don't know if they were, they weren't overweight. They were thin, but I can't say whether or not they were, healthy, because, there are thin people who are unhealthy. But anyways, that doesn't matter. Anyway, then there was another lady beside them, and I would say she's probably, in her 40s or whatever. And she was bigger, But, I mean, whatever. If you're going to the gym, I have full respect for you if you're clearly trying to get healthier. But anyway, what totally blew my mind was these two young girls. They kept looking over at this lady who, like I said, was overweight, and they kept looking back at each other, and then they would, snicker and, smile at each other, and they would look back at the lady, and, it was obvious they were making fun of her, without actually, saying anything. So a few minutes later, or whatever, the lady left, and to paraphrase what one of the girls said to the other girl, essentially saying that the lady needed to cut back on the cake. Now, that's not what she said. I'm pretty sure that if I told you what she actually said, I would get banned from YouTube. But you get the idea. And it really kind of got me thinking about, the superiority that thin people think that they have over people who are overweight. And the assumption that because they are thin and they can do it by eating whatever they want, and in a lot of cases, and not really having to work out in some cases, that somehow they are better than these people who are overweight. And just from personal experience, like I've told you, I've always been thin. I've never had anything close to a weight problem. But prior to 3 years ago, I was more unhealthy than most people who are overweight. So, being thin doesn't mean health. And the other thing is, when they look at these people, when thin people, some thin people, look at people who are overweight, they kind of just say, well, it's as simple as this person just needs to exercise more and eat less. And in a way, they're right, but they're really, really oversimplifying it. And what I mean by that is, let's take the idea of exercising more, for example. Everybody burns a certain amount of calories throughout the day. Everything that you do burns calories. But on average, 70 to 75% of the amount of calories that you burn in a day are because of your basal metabolic rate, which is your BMR. And essentially what that is the number of calories that you would burn if you just laid on your couch in a vegetative state all day and did nothing. Now the other 20, 25, 30% come from your activity that you do and all that kind of stuff. Now, going to the gym, for a lot of people, if you go to the gym, it's 3 days a week, an hour each session. What people don't realize is the amount of calories you burn, and I know this is going to crush people, it at the gym working out is a lot less than you think it is. It's only of that other 25 to 30% of your daily caloric expenditure, the 3 hours a week that you're spending at the gym, it is a very small amount of calories that you're burning. And I'm not saying it's not, it's, every little bit helps, and going to the gym and working out has a ton of other benefits, but just with regards to burning calories, it's not as much as you think. So, well, and an example, and everybody knows these people who have been going to the gym for an extended period of time. They're overweight when they started. They wear out the treadmills and the ellipticals, and then a year later they haven't really lost any weight. And the reason is because, yes, they're going to the gym and they're running on the treadmill, but then they're going home and they're just consuming a ton of calories. Oh, and the other thing with that, and I'm sorry, I'm tearing this apart, is typically on the days that you work out, you end up consuming more calories than on the days that you don't work out. Because typically, a lot of people, and because working out makes you hungrier, usually. So sometimes people will have a pre-workout meal on their days that they work out, and they'll have a post-workout meal. So that they're burning extra calories that they aren't burning on their days off, but then they're consuming 2 extra meals. So it kind of cancels each other out. So that brings us to the idea of eating less, and that is, when it comes to losing weight, it's consuming less calories. That's what's going to really make the difference. And so they are right when they bring that up. But the problem with that is, again, it's being totally oversimplified. Just like everybody has different metabolisms for burning calories, as we all know, people have different requirements when it comes to, what's the word I'm looking for? Their appetites. Some people need more calories to feel full, to feel satisfied than others. And so to tell these people that it's just a matter of just eat less, you're essentially telling them to either just, okay, eat a bunch more vegetables, or stop eating when you're still hungry. And while that's what they have to do, it seems people who are thin, who may find it very easy to be thin, it's very unfair to kind of make it seem like it's that easy. Because if you had to lose weight, and you had to, stop eating when you were still hungry, or you had to eat a whole bunch of extra vegetables just so that you would feel full without having to overindulge on calories, who's to say how you would, handle that. And so really when it comes down to is the ratio of, your calorie expenditure, your metabolism, and what you're eating, which is based on your appetite. So if you're a person with a quick metabolism, so you're burning calories faster, and you have a big appetite, you really usually don't have that big of a problem because they kind of cancel each other out. Conversely, if you're someone with a slower metabolism, but your appetite is also lower, it kind of cancels each other out, so you really don't have a problem. Where the problem lies is when you have people who have fast metabolisms, so they burn through calories really quickly, and maybe they have lower appetites, which is like me, so those people have a hard time gaining weight. Or you have the flip side, where you have people who have really big appetites, but their metabolism is slower. they have a really hard time losing weight. So again, I'm not trying to be an apologist and to basically tell people who are overweight that, well, there's nothing you can do about it. Obviously, you got to do what you got to do. And I mean, I work with these people every day, but so it's not really a message of, just, accept your fate. But what it is saying is for everybody else, you got to, calm down on the judging and, trying to fit your situation with, as someone who's, maybe thin, with someone who is overweight. Like, it's just, they're not similar. And until you're in that situation, you really don't have a position to judge. So I hope that kind of makes people think a little bit. Nobody needs, people, if and especially people who are at the gym and are trying to lose weight, they really don't need people reminding them how overweight they are. They're clearly trying, so just give it a rest a little bit. Okay, so that's all I have for now. Even when I try to make these videos shorter, I still reach 12 minutes. Anyways, let me know what you think in the comment section, and please feel free to, please subscribe. It gives me more incentive to put out videos. I'm going to link Brandon's channel in the description, and yeah, and I'm also gonna again link my Fitness Without Legs Facebook page and my Twitter. Alright, so see you guys again soon. Thanks, bye.